Hey guys, what's up? I hope you're all doing well today. So I wanted to sit down and make a video to talk about this concept that has been very impactful for me. It's been helping me so much, and so I just wanted to share it with you guys to see if maybe you guys would find some interest in it, or if it could potentially help you guys as well. So a couple of days ago, I was kind of like feeling like I was in a funk, I was kind of getting lost in my mind and my thoughts. I was second guessing things, I was overthinking, I was overanalyzing. I was just kind of, how we get sometimes. We just get lost in our thoughts, lost in our mind. And in that moment, like when I was in that state, I realized that what I wanted to go do was like, I don't know, put on a YouTube video or like get my tarot cards and start pulling cards. And I stopped myself because, I realized that I wasn't in the best state to begin with. So that's why I'm trying to escape. I was trying to escape like these heavy emotions or these heavy feelings by going to watch something or pulling my tarot cards, like indulging somehow in the five senses. This is usually how we all escape. Some people can escape by eating, others by throwing on Netflix and just trying to numb, trying to forget, just get lost in something else, right? So I'm so happy that I was able to catch myself in that moment. Before I proceeded to try to escape, I said, no, I'm not gonna indulge my senses right now. Because when we do that, what happens is like I feel like we further agitate ourselves. We should try to go to the core of the problem to be successful in really feeling better, because that's what we're trying to do, right? When we're trying to escape or going on YouTube or whatever we're trying to do, we're trying to numb the pain, or we're trying to just feel better. And that's, not an effective way of truly handling the problem at hand. So like I was saying, I remembered, I was like, no, I'm not in the best state right now. I shouldn't watch YouTube, or I shouldn't like get my tarot cards. And then the Sanskrit expression Neti Neti came to me. And basically what Neti Neti means is not this, or neither this, neither that. And the premise behind the expression is to remind you of all that which you are not, so that all that you are can be revealed. So I started thinking, I was like, I am not my thoughts. And I started thinking about like, what am I overthinking about? What am I getting lost in? What am I getting hung up on? And I started thinking like, none of this is actually important. Like when you really think about it, none of this is real. Like all of this falls under illusion, distortion, Maya. And I realized like, I'm just getting lost in the labyrinth of my mind right now. I'm going around in circles. I'm living somewhere in the past or somewhere in the future. I'm everywhere but where I need to be, which is right here, right now, in this present moment. Because when we can truly be in the present moment, this is where we find our power again. Like this is where I was able to come back, like come back from my worries, my thoughts, everything that was plaguing me at the moment. I was able to detach from that, disconnect from that by remembering Neti Neti, by remembering none of this is real. None of this truly matters at the end of the day, And then you remind yourself about, well, what is real? What is real? What's real is that I am alive. What's real is that I am consciousness, that I'm life force energy, that I just am, right? That I exist, that I'm just another piece of creation, that I am one with all, one with everything. That's the only truth that really exists ever, in any moment. And when you're able to come back to the present moment and realize that, automatically, I started feeling like lighter. I started feeling like everything just slide right off of me, just melt right off of me. I started feeling the weight just get lighter. And I started to feel more at peace inside within myself, which is exactly, what I needed in that moment. I needed to find peace. I needed to find stillness. I needed to remember what's real and what isn't, and why am I wasting my time thinking about, focusing on the illusion, the distortion, my projections, all of the things that are trying to convince me that this is what's real, when the only thing that's real is my existence, my connection to all things. That is what's real. That's what's true. And when you can find that, you feel pure bliss, you feel like this peace, and you just feel happiness because you remember like what you are is a miracle, and what you are is beautiful, and you remember your connection to all that is and your connection to the divine. And this is where you can really find your power again, and be at peace inside. And so I was just so proud of myself in that moment because I managed to pull myself out of that funk, And that right there, that happened to me in that moment, is a direct result of like this work that I've been doing of, finding stillness, creating space, being able to identify illusion from reality, being able to pull myself out in those situations that I'm just like, I don't know, stuck somewhere, looping, giving into some distortion, some illusion, not remembering that that isn't what truly matters at all. Never did. The only thing that's real is my aliveness, is my consciousness, is my connection to all, my connection to all of creation, my connection to that which animates all of life, and then automatically you start feeling at peace again. You start remembering who you truly are. You start stepping back into your power. You start disconnecting from everything that you were worried about. And then when you're in that place where you're present, you can remember, like, what am I worrying about? I have to remember, what I am, and just trust. So the reason why Neti was so helpful for me in that moment was because it reminded me of that which I was not. It was able to help me distinguish, you are not all of these things that you're worried about, you're not those things. And by doing that, it revealed to me that which I am. It brought me to the present moment. It helped me to disconnect from everything that was stressing me out in that moment. So it brought a sense of peace. And now that I'm in the present moment with, this recognition, I'm able to just trust and just to remember that life is gonna happen how it's meant to. Everything is going to happen exactly as it's meant to happen. And our only job is to get out of the way and let life do its thing, let creation do its thing, move with the flow of the Tao, and just trust, just trust in the unfolding, trust in the process. And just by knowing what I am, just by remembering my connection to all things, that brings me peace and bliss. It brings me happiness, a type of bliss that is unassociated to anything. It's like, I'm not happy because someone's making me happy. I'm just happy just cause, I'm just happy with being. And I think this is like the strongest position we can all be in, or find ourselves in, or help ourselves get into. And that's enlightenment. In that very moment, I experienced enlightenment. And I feel like a lot of people, they think that maybe enlightenment is like, I don't know, something. I know I did. When I would think about enlightenment, I thought it was something that was like, I'm gonna be like levitating and glowing and floating off the ground, and that's when I'm enlightened. And it just couldn't be farther from the truth. Enlightenment is right now. Enlightenment is so mundane, you have no idea. And it's not as like rare or as uncommon as people think. I feel like so many people can reach enlightenment really easily. It's just a matter of holding that vibration. Can we stay there? Can we hold it, Just because of how we were raised, or how our brain is wired, and our patterns, our behaviors. There's a lot of things that we need to break. We need to break these things that our brain is just so used to doing. Our brain is so used to resorting. I mean, look, that day, the day I'm telling you guys about, my brain immediately was trying to escape. It was trying to like, no, YouTube or cards, tarot cards. And I was just like, I'm so happy that I had that little moment where it was like, no. And that little moment right there is what made all of the difference. And that little moment right there is what we do this work for. It's what it's all about. So it's showing me that I am successful in kind of like rewiring my brain, you know? I'm trying to create a new normal, a new neurological pathway for my brain, and it's working because it happened, you know? So, neti, neti, not this, or neither this or neither that. By being able to identify all that you are not, you reveal all that you are. Okay, you guys, let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts? Wishing you all peace, love, prosperity, and radiant health today and always. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.